Hello, Aries. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. This week, Aries, we're going to do release and receive. So we're going to see what the universe would like you to release and what the universe wants to bring in for you. So I'm being very specific about this release. The release is something that you should either step away from, stop doing, disengage from, whether that's temporary, permanently, short-term or long-term. You know, that might be up to you, and that might even come out in the reading. But because sometimes it can get foggy. Is this part of you need to let out more? No, I want to be very specific. that like you might need to release things within yourself. That could come out in the tarot cards. But the oracle cards, we're being very specific. Something you need to just like step away, disengage from, so the universe can bring something else into your life. So I'm going to do that with the archetype deck. So this is going to be interesting. Alchemist. Ooh, sounds interesting. Alchemy. That's a theme going around the collective right now. I'm going to use the archetype deck, and I'm going to use my L-Key deck. Now, one of the things I'm going to start doing with this deck, because I find when I read it, because L-Key, she who, like she who persists at the bottom here, I think I'm going to say they who, because I always feel like I'm discluding the guys when I do this. And I know you could say, well, it's your, you know, it's the feminine part of you. So I'm going to say they who do this, they who do that. So it's going to make it easier to make it more, androgynous, I think. So, and then I'm going to use the Wizard's Tarot and the Teeny Tiny Everyday Witch. So Aries, fireball babies, let's get started. Let's get the week going. Oops, making a mess. Oh dear. Okay. I pre-shuffled anyways, you know. All right, Aries, release, disengage, to receive. Release, disengage, to receive. Okay, the first card, you are getting release networker. So, you know, what's interesting? Enhances unity through the sharing of information. Engenders social awareness and empathy. So, I don't know, maybe you've been getting out there a lot lately. If you've been thinking about, don't get out there much. So, stop doing that. Shadow attributes, conveys information only for personal gain. I'm going to look at the light and the shadows in these. Spreads fear and falsehood. So there could be, I don't know, this even has a feeling like a little bit of a gossip train. It could be a little bit of a gossip train, or somebody could be trying to get you into the gossip train with the way that this is feeling. Or you could be finding yourself in an environment where, you know, it seems like that's all people really want to do here. Just want to kind of talk about each other that is not present. So I don't know. And networker, this too, networking for me is also a phrase that I associate with, you know, if you're trying to move ahead in business or in work, in your career. This is not, again, like this is not necessarily something you have to permanently do or long-term. I do readings weekly, so it could just be this week. But yeah, there's something about that, like just kind of pulling back from that. Now, to receive, the thief. That's interesting. Okay, before I even get into the details, because doesn't this feel like it could be associated with being distracted, you know, not being on your game and being a little bit distracted? Now we understand why. There could be something or someone that's coming towards you, or a situation where you need to be on your game. You need to be paying attention. Let's look at it more deeply. Receive the thief. It sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Interesting. Now, I still think it could pertain to some of you, because on the surface, that's definitely what these cards kind of look like. Like, don't be so involved in what's going on around you. Pay attention to the things that are close to you. But I want to say too, this also has a feeling of no longer being distracted by other people's situations, being distracted by outside causes. and looking at something deeper inside yourself here. It's to shed light on something, to see the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So there could be things that you're comparing yourself to right now, or to other people, especially if this is associated with, you know, work or career, and you're just feeling like, I don't have the experience or the qualifications, but it's not necessarily that in writing, but it just kind of feels like that based on what you're hearing from other people and what kind of feedback you might be getting. It's more important to look inside right now. The shadow of this: stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. That's interesting. So if we're looking at the shadows here, this networker too could be involved with spreads fear or falsehood. Stealing money, creative ideas, affection, and other powers you think you lack. In some ways too, I want to say this could be like, if you're looking for other people for inspiration right now, if you're looking at how other people are accomplishing things, or like even investigating that in a verbal sense or a typewritten sense through other people, it's to really focus on what you've got inside, because you're missing out on something that you could be utilizing that's more powerful than what you're maybe trying to find within yourself through others. Know what I'm saying? Oh, beggar. What is this? Beggar's at the bottom. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humanity, passion, and self-esteem. So the first step in awakening the spiritual authority and humanity in those around you is within yourself first, right? And that comes with compassion and self-esteem. The shadow: dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Again, it's kind of coming up as a theme. There's something going on like around you or outside of you that you need to withdraw your focus from and focus internally here. There's a good reason for it. A lot of you, I think, is because something that you're missing out on yourself that is an asset that you're not playing up on. Others of you, I do also feel like it's paying attention, because there could be something important that you need to deal with. You need to be on your game. You need to be on your game, my friends. Sometimes I say these things and I sound just like, it's terrible. I can't remember her name. She's really funny. She has a YouTube channel. She's got like 1 million followers or something. And she's a bit of a comedian, but she does like these little skits. She kind of makes fun of different genres and archetypes, and she's done the tarot reader. And sometimes I feel like I say things in a way that's just... Anyways, that's me. That's not you, right? Don't worry about the network shit. Okay, so the card that comes out with the they who thrive. Interesting. Release this. Oh, I want to say too, I do, because I feel, what did I say? I feel like the cards that come out after the main archetype card that says what you need to kind of walk away from, disengage from, they could talk about why. And I do feel like, because there's something in you that needs to thrive and blossom here that's not associated with others. Flourish, prosper, and blossom. She who thrives. Again, though, there might be some comparisons here. I'm hearing, I said keep, and I've heard it a couple times in the reading, is apples and oranges. Like, don't compare apples to oranges. Like, you might be just involved with some group settings right now, and certain people are accomplishing things that you feel, I didn't get there. I didn't get there in life. But there's other things that you are making greater strides in life, and that you will. But the focus should be on the self. Receive. She who aches, sadness, solitude, silent withdrawal. Well, that's interesting. It's looking at something deep inside here. Now, okay, so sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So I kind of feel like there's something in you that's been hidden, or there's something in you that's been tucked away based on some sort of past pain or heartache or sadness or despair that you've been through. It's uncovering this, it's finding it, but it's not going to come out in a group setting. That's interesting, right? So there's like a little pearl inside you. A little, oh, hello, little chickadee. So cute. Yeah, something inside you here that needs to come out. The underline, she who regrets, battle, victory, and bitterness. She who doubts, fear, weariness, and trust. Okay, so some of you might have been going through, and you've got Beggar, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. Awaken to the spiritual authority of humanity, compassion, and self-esteem. Some of you might have been going through something difficult. Now, here's the thing. I feel like this could even be something from a while ago for some of you. This has the essence of something particular in the timing for you right now in terms of self-development of an area within you that hasn't been touched on very much. And I feel like it hasn't been touched on very much because it's something that kind of needed to be protected by a certain environment, cultural setting, scenario, and this has caused fear, weariness, and trust in this area of you. Now, what that is, I don't know. I mean, I might get more specific with the tarot. It could be different things for each of you, you know, like it could be how you trust or distrust in romantic relationships, how you trust or distrust when you're working on a project together with coworkers, or how you trust or distrust when you're having any type of a conversation with someone that you've just met, or, you know, like you could really expand on this. It could be a lot of areas, but so there's something in you here that I feel like it's very important because maybe it's about to hatch out and it would be the wrong time for that to happen in a scenario where you are networking, because it could produce this doubt again in you. What do you think of that, little chickadee? Oh, maybe we'll get like, you guys can't see it. The cardinal's been coming too. This is the best bird feeder. It's called Go Simply Amazing. I got it on Amazon. It sticks on the window. And it's not a promote. I'm not getting any money for promoting this. It is the best window bird feeder I've ever had. It is the best. It's got 4 sections and it came with 4 extra ones. And the tray removes, slides out easily. It's compartmentalized, so it can have 2 different types of seed in it. It's a long rectangular one. See, there's lots of, you can see the birds really well. And it stood up to the test because a little raccoon got in there one night. I had accidentally, instead of using my cayenne pepper seed, I'd put regular seed in there. He pulled the tray out. The tray fell down. The tray, I don't know if it just got really lucky, but underneath there's like a cement ledge. And then past that, it's probably about 7 feet down because of the elevation. It landed 7 feet down on really hard compacted snow. And there's also exposed was cement or stones. And it was lying near those. No cracks, nothing, no damage at all. And the suction cup part never came off the window after raccoon went at it. I'm like, this thing is great. And it was on Amazon. It's cheaper than any one that I've ever found at any other specialty place. So it's called Go Simply Amazing. I don't know if it's on Amazon.com. I got it on .ca. Anyways, it's the best bird feeder ever. So, yeah. So, okay. The first thing I want to do is the energy between these 2 points, the release and the receive. Oh, the 9 of Swords. Okay, there's something here about networking. It's not a good time to do that. Don't do it. Don't know why. Well, we kind of do. But specifically, like, I don't know the situation you're in or could be going in or have been involved in. But this is because it's about clearing your mind. So clear your mind and don't let your mind cloud your judgment or cloud how you see the potential within yourself. Okay. Oh, wow. What you're going to receive is going to turn out really good. So, interesting. You got the Magician, the Eight of Swords, and the High Priestess. This is all part of this release, this network. Because this looks like you would be manifesting nothing. You wouldn't be manifesting yourself forward in any way here with the Magician and the Eight of Swords. With the High Priestess, this is telling me like there's hidden information here that you may not know about. So I don't know what that has, there could be, because of network, like it's group dynamic. It's group dynamic, it's group communication. It just doesn't look good for you right now. Again, it could just be temporary. I kind of feel like it would be. I don't think the universe would tell you, don't you ever network again. But yeah, this is just looking like you would manifest yourself into feeling like trapped. I don't know what it is about this dynamic, but it's not right. It's not right. And with the High Priestess here, I do feel like that there's some hidden information that you're not aware of. So even if you're networking there, you're not privy to all the information going around. The High Priestess also, though, has this energy of bringing you over here. Like when you're looking within yourself, it's got a bit of like that Hermit and High Priestessy, sort of like looking within and understanding that through the greater scheme of things. Now, the receive is the Four of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Cups. This is nice. And what's really nice is the Nine of Cups is a very singular energy. It's like a dream or a wish that you have for yourself. Again, right? Like maybe because this is not something that should be compared to other people's lives, or other people's situations, other people's qualifications, other people's goals and achievements. This is you. This is about you over here. Isn't that nice, Aries, right? Like Aries, we're number one. We're the first one. It's about you. It definitely is. And so you're having too. The other thing I want to say is with the Wheel of Fortune, you're going to be having, like you're going to be going through a big cycle change. And maybe whatever this group dynamic is right now, is no different than how it's been, how it will be. Like it's not conducive to the changes that you're going to be going through. Right? So don't put your energy in that. Well, it's pretty straightforward. They got the Queen, they got the Knight. Okay, Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords at the bottom. This is swift thinking. This is what you want, right? You don't want this Nine of Swords that's kind of sitting between these two. You want clear, present thought and, being able to move quickly with those thoughts. Capitalize on action through your thinking and what you understand and what you know, as opposed to this Eight of Swords. Group high of mind is not you right now. Don't go there. I'm just going to clarify, and it's just for fun, a little bit more. Just a little more depth. More cards, just add a little more depth, Instead of a one-tier cake, we got like 3 or 4. A little more icing in there. That's the only reason to tier a cake. The icing. Well, in my opinion, anyways. Okay, networker. I want to look at this. Wow, yeah, you have something bigger coming here. Justice, the Four of Wands, because the Four of Wands is over here. And the Empress. This is very nice. You've got go in another direction. It's funny because the networker is running this way. Is going in that direction. So go in that direction. That direction is not involving yourself in, I feel like, a lot of group activities. It could be something as simple as, well, actually, yeah, like on Thursday night, I had the girls over, our little book club meeting. And like maybe it's something like that. Like just maybe you had, or you're thinking about getting together with a group of friends. Because it's, I don't know. I don't want to tell you to go into isolation, but there is something here about, there could be conversations or things that go on that make you feel doubt. That's not the thing that you want to move forward for yourself right now. This Thief. The Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Well, that's interesting. Because that's like, do you see how that progresses downward too? Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. And that too, there's something there that's just not, because the 10 and the 3 of Pentacles, that's an environment where you would find like group dynamic, networking, right? So yeah, there you go. Why is this 9 of Swords in the middle here? This is the energy between these 2 points. The Ace of Pentacles. God, that's weird. Because some of you could be looking for a new job, but you're in your head about this. I really would not tell anybody how to do that too, because, right, like your own physical safety, well, which is funny because we have Beggar at the bottom. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. Awakens the spiritual authority of humanity, compassion, and self-esteem. I feel like you can do something on your own here. If you're already thinking that, then, you know, go with it. But that's what I kind of feel like. Wow, as I said that, you have the Emperor at the bottom. And that is it. And there you are, showing up to your reading. Aries, I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to look at what motivates you at this time. What are you most anxious about? And then we're going to like muddle through like advice and stuff like that. So thank you so much, Aries. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.